Hi everyone, this is Rachel and I'm here with another process video. I'm showing you the layout I'm going to scrap lift. It is by Rory, I think her last name is Rao, and it was for a Scrapbook Expo. And I've decided to combine several challenges and do just this one video. So on a message board I belong to, the challenge was to do a tone-on-tone layout. So using texture more than color to create your background. So I chose this silhouette cut file that was originally a 6x6, but I stretched it out to be a full page. Now I'm also doing both challenges for the Victoria Marie Facebook group this week. The Wednesday challenge was to scrap lift, and obviously I am scrap lifting, and the weekend challenge was to use your stash. And now I just completed a layout using the My Mind's Eye Jubilee line. Due to the fact that I pre-record most of them and list them out, you actually won't see the original layout I did with this, but I promise you, these were scraps sitting on my desk. In fact, this is all I have left of this collection. I've used this for about 3 or 4 different layouts, and there isn't enough to do another layout with it, actually. So now to go to the layout, I am using, as I said, the My Mind's Eye Jubilee line, and I'm using this ombre stripe as my main piece, and the only other pattern paper I'm going to use is actually going to be cut from a branding strip that I use along with some of the die cuts I have for this line. I cut the word Grammy out of a font called Roman Italic, and I used the silhouette for that along with my cut file, obviously. Now, in the original layout, they had a paper clip in the corner, so I grabbed those cloud ones I got with my first Freckled Fawn kit, but in all honesty, it didn't work all that well. So I went to get the die cut pack for the Jubilee line, and I grabbed that paper clip to go in the corner instead. Now, in the original layout, there's a scallop border at the bottom. Now, I do have a scallop border punch, but I really didn't have a lot of pattern paper left, and I really wanted to stick to just using my stash. So in the die cut pack, they had all these banner pieces, so I decided I could make a banner border instead of a scallop border. So I'm just kind of lining them up so that no two are next to each other. And there is not a lot of this die cut pack left. If you look over to the right, a couple of those big pieces, the Polaroids, and then a very few of those smaller pieces are left. So actually, when I'm done with this, I'm going to just put it in my box of die cuts rather than package it back up, because I don't really have much of the paper left. I'll probably just make a card with the rest of it, and there isn't that much of the die cuts left to do anything with. So I'm using this branding strip, and I'm grabbing the little insert that they had in there of these, they're actually what they are, very large polka dots, but you can't tell, well, I guess you can probably tell that they're polka dots there. So I'm just going to use that to kind of glue all my banner strips down. Now I also grabbed the chipboard pack that I have for this. I have more of those, so I'll still keep those together and then use it with something that has similar colors. So I'm just lining these banner pieces up to see how many I need and how long it is. I'm just going to run a line of glue on the back side of that branding strip piece, and I'm going to start in the middle because I always know I can cut the end off. And I'm just going to keep gluing these down to my strip. And this actually takes a little bit of time. It didn't take too long altogether, probably about 40 minutes if you include the time it took to cut it out on the silhouette and stuff, but I was just taking my time with this because I wanted to get them as even as I could. So this takes just a very little bit to dry, so I just put some water bottles on it to keep it straight, and I'm going to use my Thermoweb sticky dots to glue it down to the page because there isn't, really much thing, and there's already so much liquid glue on it already. I'm going to just talk about the photo for a second. This photo was actually taken several years ago. My niece, we're in Long Island at her grandmother's house, and ever since she was a little girl, she'd always just go to the books her grandmother would keep. And the book they're reading is actually a book that she was far too old. Like, it's a book she's read like 4 million times, but they would always get together on the lounger and she would read to her grandma. And her grandmother is an interesting woman, but she loves my niece very, very much. For those who know, she's not actually my niece, she's my best friend's daughter, and I'm an honorary aunt, so I just refer to her as my niece to make life easier. So I'm using the sticky dots to go ahead and glue down the word Grammy, and my G broke when I was taking it off. It's a very weak point on the G, but using the sticky dots I had no problem, and you can't tell that it broke at all. So my title is going to be Happy with Grammy. It was actually going to be Reading with Grammy, which is what she's doing, but I had that happy chipboard piece and it's just kind of too perfect not to use. I'm just punching out the middle of the H's and the P's and stuff like that. So, and then I'm going to use this Studio Calico alphas to use the word with, and I'm choosing this limey green color. It looks yellow in this. It's actually more of a chartreuse, and it's the same color, bright green, that those polka dots are, so it kind of help not to have the polka dots be the only brighter green color on the entire layout. Now, it's so funny because you wonder how process videos affect you in your scrapbooking. I actually just watched Sarah Swan use these on a layout, and I'm like, I have those. I should get those out. And then this layout came along, and I was able to do that. I'm also going to place this bird die cut. One of the things where her grandmother lives, she has lots of bird feeders, and she lives right near the water in Long Island, and they're just, it's so pretty, and they sit at this, where we are, we're out in the porch, and it's just very beautiful, and you get the breeze off the water, and just it's a great place to relax and hang out. And so I'm just writing a line about how she likes to read with Grammy whenever whenever we go down. And I originally had grabbed something else, but it disappeared, so instead I just grabbed this little tag that says, "This has my heart," or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I don't have it in front of me right now. So the last thing I'm going to do is grab these sparkly white enamel dots, and that's going to finish off my layout. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know if you like it. Flick me a thumbs up if you can. I Oh, sorry, my voiceover went off, but it's at the end, so have a great day, everyone. Bye!